Seth Berenzweig joins us right now, business law attorney extraordinaire.
Here joining us now, Seth Berenzweig.
Joining us now, constitutional law expert and attorney Seth Berenzweig.
I would argue that I think this was a complete grand slam for Johnny Depp. I don't believe that it was an inconsistent verdict with regard to Amber Heard. Keep in mind that the one verdict that came down in her favor had nothing to do with alleged domestic violence.
We're really witnessing history today. This is the most impactful decision issued by the Supreme Court in decades. And with the press of a button, the Supreme Court has now wiped out roughly a half a century of precedent. There's going to be a lot of activity happening. Their trigger laws are coming into effect, and it's going to be unclear as to what the broad-reaching implications will be.
It's been a busy week for the Manhattan District Attorney's Office. The hiring of Mr. Pomerantz indicates really a very clear clue on where they're leading. This is a very renowned and nationally known prosecutor. He specializes in corporate crime, business fraud, RICO cases, and it's very interesting to also note that they have recently hired from that office FTI Consulting. There's no good reason why at 9 or 10 o'clock at night a gambling site should convince little Johnny to take mom's credit card and take the over-under on the Cowboys. This is obviously a good idea, and parents like you can appreciate that this is going to have a very significant impact. And there's going to be some fights and some legal challenges to it, but I believe that at the end of the day, it will be successful. It's going to make a big impact in the world of big tech and social media.
At the end of the day, I think that it's probably going to end up on the shoulders of Chief Justice Roberts. He tends to be kind of the man in the middle, if you will, in these sorts of decisions. You'll recall that he was the vote that saved Obamacare a couple of years ago. It's going to be an unusual result if the federal government can't promulgate basic regulations to address a once-in-a-lifetime pandemic, especially that's experiencing a significant surge right now. So make no doubt about it, it's going to be a close call, but I think at the end of the day, the administration has a slightly stronger argument. Keep in mind that before this was disclosed, Twitter was really on a roll. It had some important early motions in terms of getting the judge to basically slam dunk their request for an expedited trial, expedited discovery. This is going to go to trial in mid-October, which is very fast. And they were really kind of looking like they were on a cakewalk because it's a very difficult case to prove that Twitter engaged in malfeasance in order to be able to misstate its bot traffic, among other things.
Seth Berenzweig, thanks so much. Appreciate your time and analysis this morning.
Seth, I really appreciate you putting them into perspective.
Well, Seth Berenzweig, thanks for joining me.